Yeah.
I did it.
Where's my microphone?
Die zitten wij daar. Die hangen out together.
Mooi. Wat heb je nou? Oké. Arno, kun jij checken of alles oké is? Daarna weet ik het. Ik wil ook gewoon beginnen. Over het werk. Hallo? Ja hoor. Die krijg je als goed van Tom. Heb ik die niet al gegeven?
I carefully removed all of these pictures.
Right.
Never again.
I'm about to join it. Yeah? Turn camera off, turn microphone off, and then present. Okay. Eerst moet ik even. Okay, we are finally ready to start. As you can see, there were some technical issues, but that also shows the desire for a better setup. That we have. So today, welcome to the Trade Transfer demo. Jesus Louises. Can other people see my screen? Because I'm definitely sharing my screen.
That's the one on the screen is a different URL.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I have to go to a different URL. Yes, but I do not have this on Slack.
There's only 2 people in that call.
Yes. All right. There's only 2 people on this call. There's how many people? I'm thinking whether to abort mission and just to start. If I just do this now, it should at least just break something, but at least it'll do what I want it to do. So. Goed. Yes, stay one with that to be, yeah. All right. So, welcome to the WeTransfer product demo. We are 6 minutes in, and we have a full grand total of 2 presentations lined up. As you can see, so while it is cucumber time, as people say, it is, again, I would like to reiterate that it is in the interest of everybody if teams demo on a regular cadence. So a 2-demoed team is, to me, not something that I would like to keep seeing. So try to also think about that as you plan your sprint to make sure that you have something to demo at the end of it. So, and looking at Gordon, I can see that he agrees. Okay, but this is, as they say, water under the bridge, nothing I can do about that right now. So we're going to, without further ado, start with Collect for iPads.
Yeah, so for us it's not cucumber time, we've been working on super big stuff. Last time we showed iPad to you, it crashed, it didn't work. So this time we want to show kind of our progress. So where we are now.
We have a better product.
Oh yeah. So if you're like, after this demo, you're like, oh, I want to test this myself, I want to use it myself, this sounds like the tool I need, I'm still missing in my workflow. Head over to we.tl/iOS collect beta. I will share that link everywhere. Send it to your friends, and then we can all test the iPad version. Yes, George.
Can we tweet about that link?
Can we? I think we could. Yeah.
Okay.
But we gotta make. I don't know who I need to ask for permission there, but I think input.
We ready to, like, I'm happy to tweet it out and promote it, so we might get 50
Yeah.
signups.
We'll give a different URL for that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you make sure you add that, just in case?
Yeah.
When TechCrunch rings, she wants to be able to say.
I'll talk to. Is she here?
No.
But I'll reach out to her first. So this is then also only for friends and family.
And need support too.
What?
Maybe support too.
Yeah.
To know about it.
Yeah, but the idea is like with these new clients, it's nice to have some people using it for a while before we move it to the App Store. So yeah.
True. All right.
All right. So I'm guessing the functionality is something we're going to go over now.
Yeah, so can you show the live stream here? on the
Let
screen?
me
On your
see.
mirror?
So, oh yes, I can.
Yeah.
I can.
Just go to the live stream.
So now I'm.
Conception.
Do I stop sharing my screen?
I'll take over. Good.
Okay.
Take it there.
Love it.
You may close this window.
Close this one and go to the other one. Yes.
Click it.
Yes, there it is.
Oh wow, we got there.
All right. Yeah. The reason we're doing this is that everybody at home can see this as well. I've been a watcher at home for a while and I couldn't see anything of that screen from the camera, so this should be great for you being at home. I'm about to show the current version of the iPad app, which still contains some crashes somewhere. I'm not sure where, so live demo, maybe we find them. As you can see, this is the home screen. Maybe we can make it full screen though, just to give you a chance.
Yes.
As well.
Sure.
Or it is already. Either way.
I can't. I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
All right, sounds good. So we have here the all items tab. I want to show you some of the challenges we had. So if I press plus, you now see like a pop over, and those are everywhere on the iPad, right? Which seems quite easy, but it's quite different than iPhone. So everywhere where we don't do this, it will crash. So we did this in several places. Then if you drag, suddenly it's an iPhone again. So it needs to switch to the iPhone. This is just a basic example. Then there's another one, which is the board's overview. And as you can see, it's still work in progress. There is some space in the middle here. What it should do is when you drag, it should be like one column. And if you drag it full open, it's 2 column. And we have an iPad Pro, which is even bigger, then it's 3 column. So it's quite a lot we should add there. Then we show the Photos app again. Because what's really nice about iPad is that if you're on all items and you like this photo, you can drag it in and it will ask you where to drop it. So we say single items in this case and dropping it there right in single items, which is this view. It works the same on single items.
Can you drop into a board?
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, we drop it in the board.
Drop it in the board.
Let's try it out. Not saying that we can't do it here, because it's read-only. If we drop it here, beautiful, right? And it's updating nicely. Woo! This is actually working with multiple items as well. I need to work on my demo skills here a bit, because it's not really working here. But you can drag multiple items into any destination if you want. It doesn't yet work the other way around, so if you want to drag something out of Collect into another app, or maybe even from all items to the boards page into a board, we're working on that. Other things like the settings page is still not up to date. We're going to work on that this week, and hopefully that will be in the beta later this week. So if you're ready to test with us, find bugs like this one, which is pretty stupid, then just join the group and help us out.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay. Question from the non-audience, but for me, this seems fast. right? But that's a subjective thing. How far is this beta from being a production-ready thing?
So QA didn't test anything yet,
Mhm.
and we didn't have any users testing it out as well. So obviously there's probably a lot we still need to fix. But I think we're going really great way towards an MVP version. But we're not releasing it anytime soon.
I want to suggest we make this a friends and family release.
Yes,
only.
exactly.
No,
Friends and family release only.
this hasn't gone through QA.
Yeah.
We will not publicize it.
It's also good because sometimes when you see screens like this, you go like, oh, it's done, right? But that is just because some things are easily put in place, and you get to have a lot of help from the fact that it was an iOS app.
Yeah.
But it can still mean that the finished products can take a while.
Yeah, definitely, because we can also do some extra features on top
Mhm.
of the iPad-only version, and drag and drop is just a simple example of that.
All right. So next up, I think that was all, right? Any more questions? Oh, I have one from George.
What about syncing between iPhone and iPad?
So right now, if you log into your Collect account, it will sync your shared boards, but it won't sync your private boards, which will be part of our Collect Pro subscription. And so we actually want to release this iPad version when we have that subscription ready. So there's a clear path to get all your content on your iPad or from your iPad.
Any other questions? Okay. And with that, I think now the floor goes to Pace. Brati, do you have the link ready? Or Liam, do you have the link? So if you use the wait.
We're gonna use Liam's laptop.
So if you use that one and present to it, people down can see it. You should have gotten it now. You have it? You've sent it to it? Yeah. All right, now. Choose it and then present. Click the link, mute your screen, mute your everything.
It is quite delayed.
Slap this one. Cool. All right.
Is it sharing screen?
Use there. Turn everything off and share. Okay.
Whenever we're ready.
Oh,
Yeah, you should switch to
I'll switch it. Love it. Okay.
Hi, everybody. It's been a while since we got a Pace demo. Today we're going to demo two things that we've been working on in the past couple of weeks. In Q3, one of our focuses and our themes is to remove adoption hurdles. We started or ended Q2 where we started doing a product market fit survey, if you will. But it's a survey that we send out after users played around with Pace for 2 weeks and asking them how they like Pace, would they stay, what is stopping them from liking it if they like it, or what do they like about it, or what feedback they have. And a lot of the themes that we saw that were important, that we're focusing on in Q3 are adoption hurdles that users have. And a big part of them are related to customization. So things like wanting more custom layouts, wanting to change around your images, and even things like wanting to have, to customize how your slide looks and your deck looks when you're presenting to customers. So things like having a logo in. A lot of the customers that come into Pace are having client relationships. So this could be freelancers, this could be agencies or sales teams, and they want to be able to present themselves or their company accordingly. So this can be colors, this can be logos. So today we'll give you a demo of colors and branding. Colors was implemented by Larry, but he's in New York. So if you guys like it, feel free to ping him and to give him a shout out. Custom colors. So beforehand with Pace, with colors, when you go on a slide, you'd only have 5 colors that you could use. And there was a bit of a hack. And if you wanted a specific color, is you could drag in an image and have a new color. Or if you were brave, you would go to the admin settings and just change to get the color that you want. So sometimes you go on and be like, oh my gosh, we now have red. And then you get back and be like, no, where's the red or the pink? But it did mean that there was less flexibility, especially when you have a larger team like WeTransfer, if you wanted to present your work in different colors. So what we've done now is allow users to change colors on the slide itself. Instead of having to go to the admin panel, which gives you the 5 colors that go across the entire PACE team, you can change the color that you want directly in the PACE slide. And here's a demo of that. So if you like blue, you can find the blue that you want, or yellow. So now you can have whatever colors that you want at your heart's content. So that's colors. So if you like that, give a shout out to Larry, KJ, and Andrew. They were the ones on the feature team. Shout out to them. Any questions on colors? It's pretty straightforward. Ah, yes.
Does it save it when we use it on the next slide?
No, it does not save it for the next slide. You'd have to pick again another one. But that's a good idea. Good tip. Yeah.
So we'd have to duplicate it or something.
Yeah, you can duplicate the slide, I guess. Yeah.
Presentation board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Say it's part of the promises you may have about slide.
Yeah.
And how you help people achieve that is you sort of have predefined limitations of what they can and can't do or change.
Yeah.
So letting them choose any color they want, did you feel like a bit of conflict with that?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't in the specific discussions on the implementation level with the feature team, but with the PACE leads, we did talk about, what to pick ugly colors.
Yeah.
But it is pretty hard. I think when we start, if we ever do introduce having custom colors with text, that's maybe when having an ugly slide might happen. So far, when I've played around with, it doesn't look ugly. We try our best not to make it look ugly, but I'm sure someone could prove me wrong. So it's an answer and a non-answer. It is, especially when the use cases, the common use case of PACE, which is you're putting in a lot of text or dragging and dropping images, you'll be fine. But I'm sure if you start trying, you can't start making an ugly slide. Yes.
And the reason why I like that we have the predefined colors, because a lot of people, when I see, not just in here, but otherwise as well, that they pick really poor contrast between the text and the background.
Yeah.
That's where I like that how PACE predefines some of that.
Yeah.
Are there plans that how that will be mitigated in the future? That, for instance, if someone picks like a light background color,
Yeah.
then right now I really like how the text changes accordingly.
Yeah.
But then that will become harder and harder where we have more customization in the background,
Yeah.
image in the background color, etc.
Yeah, that will always, it's especially this quarter because we are introducing more customization. It's this kind of slider that we're trying to fix where it's like you can't change anything to Keynote or PowerPoint, and we're trying to sort of be in this in-between where the magic or the automation that happens for you, so this contrast with the color, but also giving people flexibility and giving people the ability to add colors was becoming more of a barrier for people to have PACE than it was a good thing that they would appreciate. Every time we start introducing any form of customization, we're always thinking about how far are we taking it? I mean, does a user go so far that they make a slide that they can't come back from where they came from and they don't recognize where they are? It is a conscious effort for us to make sure that PACE is easy to use in terms of making a good slide and making sure that it does look good with the contrast. So I think if we do, when we start to look at having custom colors for text, that one's going to be an interesting iteration for design and development, and how if someone picks a custom color, do you make sure the contrast is good enough? Do you block people from using certain colors, or does contrast always work with no matter what color a user picks? So that'll be an interesting challenge if we decide to take it on.
And do you silo the functionality so that when you come on board that in the first week you still don't see it, but then it's contextually onboarded after the first week?
Yeah,
You just limit the functionality to.
Yeah, we haven't reached that. We're working on onboarding right now, but we haven't reached that point where we're thinking about how to introduce this complexity. At least in this is me. This is not PACE entirely, but I do think there is a point of when you come into PACE showing simple, easy, automated things, but if a user chooses to intentionally go into complexity, so they're changing the color of their slide or making customizations, they are aware of being able to go outside those bounds, but come back home to predetermined layouts or predetermined colors that they can. But yeah, that's an interesting one to think about when we start having more complexity in the product and onboarding. Yeah. Next one is branded slides. This one is, a lot of people do come in, and as I mentioned before, people who are freelancers or people who are talking to clients and they do want to put on their own logo. Don't know if you've noticed already that in your slides you now see the WeTransfer logo. This one was a fun one to go on because we do have a lot of people from the survey. We know a lot of people are having client conversations and they want to be able to represent themselves and communicate to customers. So I think this one is nice to demo to show how beforehand there wasn't an ability to have your logo here or to show a way of presenting yourself when you're demoing to a client. I've seen some of the Aiden, who's our support champion, he sends sometimes slides from customers that are either having, it's like a agency and they're trying to show what they can do for a customer. And one of the things they would want, I'm pretty sure, is to have a logo of theirs to be able to brand their slides. So Liam's going to walk us through what we've done with that and how customers can help brand themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Liam. And I do front-end development for the Pasting. So, branded slides. So you can see over here, we've changed this customized thing to now say brand because we feel like this is more about what we want brand to be about, and not just a kind of settings menu. So you can go in here and you can upload your logo. And you should pick something with a white or a transparent background so that it looks nice. And you can see down here you get a little preview of it. You can turn it off and on for your team. So that means it'll appear on every deck for that team. Cool. So and if we go into this deck, when this bar disappears, we can see down the bottom, as you can see, the logo appears. And if the slide the background is dark, then you get it in white, and so on and so forth for all the colors, and that should work. There are a few cases right now where it doesn't, but that's coming. A fix for that is coming in the next couple of days. So if you see that, don't worry about reporting that. And if you also include like a picture, then you should be able to see the background of that and change your logo accordingly. Cool. I go back in here. You also no longer have to upload solely square logos. You can choose to upload tall or wide ones. And then when you turn that on, you see it becomes black and white again. Go back in. Works exactly like you'd expect. Yeah. And also they'll appear on your PDFs and embeds. And yeah, should be good. Any questions?
Are there companies that have color guidance?
Yes. Yeah, but we're not going to do that at the minute because that makes contrasting them against the background very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. I to know where the edges are.
Most companies have a knockout version of their logo.
Okay.
Yeah, question number one, can I position the branding wherever I want, on like any corner I want?
That is coming. This is the first release of it, so get something out the door, and then we're going to work on that. And you'll also be able to put in some text as well, like a tagline or copyright or something like that.
And then question number two, will be these available for everybody, like each user, or just for some specific target?
This is for everyone at the minute, but if you're a paid user, they'll show up on embeds that you share. Otherwise they won't. You'll just get the made by paste.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where can you find the transfer logo?
Your deck?
Yeah.
Rafi, you mentioned this on all decks now?
Yeah, so this is all on all decks. So for the WeTransfer pasting, it's currently, you'll see the WeTransfer logo on that. But if you have your own paste team that you want to put your own logos, I guess speak to Studio to get assets for that specific WeTransfer logo. Yeah.
This is on the account level, right?
Yes.
So if you are working on a slide, I am presenting it, and you are changing the branding in the meantime, will it render for me when I'm presenting it to someone else?
Yeah, it's at the team
Uh-huh.
level, so
Yeah.
it will change instantly. If someone changes it for your team, then
So if I'm online in a presentation somewhere, and then someone else playing with the branding here that we transfer, then it will render dynamically then.
You're always on brand.
that's a feature.
Nice. Okay.
I have one question for Ramsey. So you, of course, are working with OKRs, and I think it was slides created in the first week? I
Yeah,
think.
second week.
How does these changes relate to that? Do you have any success metrics?
For now, we are looking at usage, so people have been using it in there, especially with colors, there's numbers for that. In terms of impact and retention, it's a bit too early, because we released it a week ago. We needed 3 weeks. To be honest, with these specific features, I don't think we're gonna see a ginormous leap. It's not a type of feature where all of a sudden people are creating lots of slides because they have colors, but it is a blocker for people even considering staying with Paste when they can't do these features. So it's kind of, why even stay with Paste when I can't change my colors? Or I wanted to pay for Paste because I thought I could put my logo, but I can't. So those are things that are adoption barriers versus immediate return on that metric that we're measuring right now. Yeah, we do have other initiatives that we're doing that are more focused on that retention, which is onboarding, and this one is more on retaining people longer.
All right, Gabor.
Yeah.
So does that mean that the hypothesis is that we are continuously checking the DMF survey?
Yeah.
And the people who are complaining about the colors, that group should go down
Yes.
because of it?
Yeah, so we looked at, there were 3 different groups that were created. People that would not be disappointed if Paste didn't exist, people who were like,
Yeah, the sum.
could live with it, could not live with it, and the people who are like, my world would be different without Paste. And we're focusing on people in the middle that are on the fence. And so our idea is this quarter of people on the fence would reduce, hopefully, and go to the, I can't live without this product. And that's a better place to be. And even if people shift to, I don't care about this product, it's better to have yes and no than the maybes. So then we know what we're improving and working towards.
Okay. All right, and with that, I would expect to see the next demo be a bit more busy with Teams. So let's see if we can make that happen. And again, sorry for all the mumbo jumbo with technology. We are working on a better setup. But if you have specific input for a setting that would work great in this theater, please give that to Ito. We will, but it will be like, we will have probably the same Google Hangout. So I'm speaking for Ivo here, but anyway, we're probably gonna have a Google Hangout setup that is similar to all the stuff you already have, but as you can maybe tell, this is a room that needs specific use that has stuff like this, which will make it a little bit more complex. But that's not to me. But anyway, okay, and with that, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.